I got this video from Reddit. Let's actually watch the comparison, because I think he put them side by side.
Remember when OnlyJayus got cancelled for saying the N-word?
OnlyJayus went from posting quirky psychology TikToks to being known for racism, plagiarism, and straight up lying to her audience. Once hailed as TikTok's favourite fun fact machine, well, she's now the poster child for what happens when a creator burns every bridge, fakes evidence, ghosts the people she hurt, and blames it all on ADHD. Her name doesn't trend unless someone's exposing her, and every time she tries to make a comeback, she finds a new way to make it worse. This is the story of how one of TikTok's biggest stars became one of its most hated, and why she might never recover from it. We've got a lot to cover today, so let's break down the long, embarrassing downfall of OnlyJayus. Real name Isabella Avila, became famous by delivering rapid-fire psychology hacks and Reddit-level trivia in a super palatable, I just figured out how humans work style. She racked up millions of followers, landed brand deals with Netflix, Tinder, and even hosted her own show. But just when she hit her peak, things came crashing down. In 2021, an old classmate leaked DMs of Jayus using horrific language, including full-on racial slurs with a hard R, which she aimed at someone for being in an interracial relationship.
If you guys didn't know already, there is a screenshot of OnlyJayus saying the N-word. Freak the Gemini actually broke this story, and as you can see in the bottom of this screenshot, it says, "I'm done talking to a N-word, hard R, loving a-hole." It's just completely blew my mind. Now, Jonathan Moss said in his most recent video that when he confronted OnlyJayus about this, she said that it was just Photoshop. But when she was provided with the evidence, she backed down and apologized profusely.
This wasn't a case of quoting a song or it was just a joke. This was targeted hate, no sugarcoating it. At first she tried to deny it, she called the screenshots photoshopped, but then the person who exposed them pulled out the receipts. Real ones, dates, context, the whole conversation, and the internet flipped. Jayus responded with a now infamous apology video full of fake tears, dramatic piano music, and a whole lot of "I was in a bad place" energy.
In my past, I said disgusting things to people, and I am so ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric and derogatory language to hurt others, because I knew what that word meant and I understood the power behind it, but I said it anyway because it was the meanest thing that I could think of, and I am so sorry to everyone, but especially to those in the Black community, because only you guys can forgive me for this, and there is no excuse and there are no justifications for what I said, and you guys deserve better.
She claimed she'd been hateful and angry in high school and that this behaviour didn't reflect who she was anymore. She even promised to use her platform to highlight Black creators. Spoiler, she didn't. Right after her apology, a Black creator named Aunt Karen revealed that Jayus reached out to collaborate as a form of public redemption, but then completely ghosted her. No replies, no follow-ups, just silence. So Aunt Karen did what anyone with receipts does, she called her out. And Jayus responded in classic fashion. Not with a sincere apology, but with a victim monologue blaming ADHD. According to Jayus, her time blindness made her forget to respond to emails, texts, and apparently promises to uplift Black creators. In her words, "I can't even text my family back, and now you want me to prioritize you?" The moment shifted a lot of public perception, because if you're serious about righting a wrong, maybe don't use your neurological disorder as a PR shield. And if the apology drama wasn't messy enough, another creator, Xander, came forward claiming that he actually ghostwrote parts of her original apology.
I had someone ghostwrite their apology so that they didn't lose their brand deals.
The person that helped you write the apology is
me, hi. I've already talked about it once before on my channel, but immediately after they confirmed it was true with me over text message, I then tried to help them to the best of my ability while still being extremely angry and frustrated. Helped with a good bit of the apology, especially the part about Black creatives. When we were both talking about that part in the apology, I really did think that they would hold up their end of the bargain, you know? And even if it's not the case, I definitely do feel like I was like a little bit used. Even though I was friends with them before this even happened, it just seemed like they were in a rough spot. They needed a Black person to talk to. I was one of the only people, and Sean as well, able to talk to them and still show kindness and love to them. And up to this day, it just seems like that end of the bargain just hasn't been held.
According to him, Jayus asked for help writing something that would keep her brand deals intact. Once she used his words and cleaned up her image, she completely cut contact with him too. So now we've got ghosting and ghostwriting, a double feature. And it worked for a while. Her platform survived and her fans didn't vanish overnight. But then came the plagiarism scandals.
Remember when OnlyJayus got cancelled for saying the N-word? Apparently that didn't teach them to be a better person, because look what they just did. When you get a new job, do just enough to not get fired.
Put in the bare minimum, just enough not to get fired.
And then after about 6 months, or when a new position opens up, make a sudden, drastic change.
In like 6 months or whenever a new position opens up, you're gonna kick it into high gear.
Start coming in early, grind really hard, offer to take work home.
You're gonna come into work early, you're gonna ask to bring like work home.
And inevitably, your boss will ask, why the big change?
Just whatever it takes for your boss to come up and be like, what's up with this like sudden change?
I got the girl I'm seeing pregnant, and you know, this has really been a wake-up call for me about how I need to be more responsible and make more money.
If you're a man, you're gonna be like, oh, I just got my girlfriend pregnant and it made me realize that I need to be like more responsible and definitely need to make more money.
If you've ever had a creator accuse someone of stealing content only to turn around and do the exact same thing themselves, congratulations, you've seen the OnlyJayus cycle in action.
So OnlyJayus put on her Instagram, this dude copied my content more than once, and when she crowded me out, I threatened her and then deleted the comments. No, her video was in the bathroom, mine was outside, and I found the content off Google. What does your birth month say about you? And I found it and I was like, oh snap, this would be cool. And then somebody sent me her video and I was like, yeah, she made it. And then she got really aggressive. I said, hey, you made it first. That's fine.
One of her earliest feuds was with the creator named Jonathan Moss. Jayus accused him of copying her video format, even though both of them were pulling from the same public article.
Okay for other creators to do fact videos. It literally does not bother me. I just think it's really weird when other big creators think it's okay to copy my video word for word and act like you didn't. Did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on who you are as a person and the things that could possibly happen to you?
Yo, did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on you and the things that can happen to you in your life?
People born in March are way more likely to have asthma, and I can actually speak to this one because my little sister, the only one born in March, has asthma.
That are born in March are actually more likely to have asthma. And I can speak to that because my cousin, the only person born in March, has asthma.
I don't want Jonathan to get hate, so stop with the fucking death threats that he's saying he's getting, but he knows exactly what he's doing. He tried to copy this video when I first posted it, and now he's trying again months later. And I think as bigger creators, we should be better than that, and I think he should just own up to it.
She went on a whole rant about how content theft was ruining the platform. Meanwhile, viewers started digging into her own videos and noticed something strange, like entire scripts were lifted word for word from Reddit threads, blog posts, and scientific articles. No credit, no sourcing, just her face in front of a camera reading stuff off the internet like she discovered it in a lab. And if that wasn't bad enough, the stealing didn't stop there. In 2024, another creator named Alex Byron called her out after she uploaded a TikTok that was nearly identical to his. Word by word, bar for bar. And when I say identical, I mean even the cadence, the phrasing, the entire structure. She didn't even try to remix it. Alex called her out and Jayus responded by saying they both got the idea from the same Reddit post, except the Reddit post didn't exist. So Alex said, cool, I'll give you $10,000 to charity if anyone can find it.
OnlyJayus stole one of my TikTok videos. I have the proof on my page. I called her out. She denied it and said this, that we both got the idea from the same Reddit post. I am offering $10,000 to charity right now if she can send me the Reddit post. And if any of you on the internet can find the Reddit post, I'll give you $1,000 and we'll donate the other $9,000 to a charity of your choice.
No one could. That's when Jayus magically found a screenshot of the post on a live stream and tried to use it as proof. But here's the twist. Alex and his followers figured out that she made the Reddit post herself, commented on it from an alt account, screenshotted it, then deleted the entire thing to make it look real.
She said we both got the idea from a Reddit. I said I was so confident it didn't exist that I would give $10,000 to anybody who could find it. And nobody could. Until tonight, when she went on Twitch and showed these screenshots of this Reddit. She doctored a screenshot. Instead of just saying, yeah, I fucked up, I didn't credit you, I'm sorry, she would go and fake a fucking screenshot of a Reddit. I have to give her some credit. What she did was kind of clever.
She literally fabricated evidence. That's not just plagiarism, that's fraud level gaslighting. And after all that exposure, Jayus went quiet. Her views dropped, her fans dipped, and she pivoted her content to political commentary and protest footage. But even that didn't go well. TikTok ended up giving her community guideline strike in 2025 for one of her activism posts, and Jayus made another video pretending to be confused about why it happened, except the post was filled with sensitive language and strong political claims. So once again, she played the why me card, even though it was clear as day. This is a pattern. She plays clueless when caught, blames her mental health when confronted, and performs apologies only when she feels concerned. It's like every controversy follows the same script, except the audience stopped clapping years ago. In 2024, things escalated again. Jayus's ex-girlfriend reportedly filed a restraining order, accusing Jayus of showing up to her home uninvited in the middle of the night and having a history of rage and obsessive behavior. The ex claims that Jayus would weaponize her following against people, and honestly, based on the rest of this story, it doesn't sound far-fetched. The restraining order was later dropped, and Jayus went silent once more. But by that point, people had started realizing that this wasn't just a few bad decisions. It was a consistent pattern of exploiting people, avoiding accountability, and refusing to grow. Then in early 2025, when TikTok looks like it might be banned in the US, Jayus posted a dramatic goodbye video. She reflected on her time on the app, admitted to making mistakes, and thanked the platform for changing her life. It was probably meant to be a redemption arc, but it came off like the closing monologue from a character who never learned their lesson. The comments were split. Some people forgave her, others rolled their eyes, because the reality is, OnlyJayus has had more chances than most creators ever get, and every time she gets a second chance, she burns it like a bridge behind her. So how does someone with 18 million followers, Netflix deals, and a genre-defining niche end up here? It's not just about saying something problematic once, it's about doubling down, lying when caught, faking screenshots, ghosting the people you hurt, deflecting responsibility, blaming everything on mental illness, and then acting confused when the internet doesn't buy it anymore. What's crazy is she could have still had a career if she'd just been honest, if she credited her sources, if she actually supported the creators she promised to uplift, if she followed through even once. But instead, she became a walk-in case study in how to burn your own brand to the ground, slowly, publicly, repeatedly. At this point, OnlyJayus still posts. She still tries to act like everything's normal, but her comments are filled with reminders of who she used to be. Not in a cancel culture way, but in a we lost your trust in you kind of way. And I mean, let's not even talk about her views, because I just feel bad for her. And once your audience feels like you've lied to them over and over again, there's no apology long enough to fix that. Even the best editor in the world can't cut around that kind of damage. So that's it, the fall of OnlyJayus and how her career came to an end. No psychology trick can bring this back. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.